Okay, let's just dive right into this. Welcome to this explainer. I am honestly so thrilled you're here today because we are completely demystifying home fitness. So many people think that to build serious muscle and core strength, you need like the sprawling, expensive gym or a room just completely packed with heavy, complicated equipment. But that's just not true. Today, we're breaking down a highly effective, intensely focused shoulder and core routine derived directly from fitness creator Oliver Stostrom. And honestly, the best part? It can be done absolutely anywhere. We're going to look at how to properly stimulate muscle growth safely and effectively using minimal equipment. So, if you're ready to completely transform how you train right there in your living room, let's get started. All right, so here is our game plan for today's explainer. First, we'll cover home muscle building basics. Second, sculpting stronger shoulders. Third, core control and abs. And finally, number 4, the ultimate plank finisher. So moving right into part 1, home muscle building basics, where we are mastering the golden rules of resistance. Now, before we even think about picking up a weight, we really need to establish some foundational rules. And, well, it all starts with what you actually have on hand. What you need is simply a basic set of dumbbells, like the 10-kilo ones Oliver uses in the original routine. Or, honestly, even basic household items, like 2 water bottles, will work perfectly. What you absolutely do not need? An expensive gym membership. We're stripping away all the excuses here and focusing purely on the mechanics of your body and the weight. But to make those household items or dumbbells actually change your body, you absolutely must understand this one concept: progressive overload. The definition here is key. Basically, it's the crucial requirement of continuously increasing the demands on your muscles to stimulate continuous size and strength gains. This concept is literally the core philosophy for avoiding plateaus in any home routine. Think about it. If you do the exact same thing with the exact same weight for the exact same reps forever, your body just stops adapting. So, how do we actually apply this at home? Well, every single time you return to do this routine, you need to challenge yourself using one of these 4 methods. Step 1, you can do more sets. Step 2, do more reps. Step 3, decrease your rest time. Or step 4, increase the actual weights you're using. You absolutely have to apply progressive overload if you want to ensure continuous muscle growth. And that brings us right to the specific structure of today's routine: the golden rules. First off, before you even begin, make sure to do a quick warm-up. Use dynamic movements like arm circles and torso twists just to get the blood flowing. During the actual workout, you're going to aim for 3 sets of 15 reps, resting up to 2 minutes in between. But look at that final point. Push as close as possible to muscle failure, bringing your muscles to the point where they literally cannot complete another repetition with good form. That is the true catalyst for real strength gains. All right, let's jump into section 2, sculpting stronger shoulders. We're talking precision movements for maximum impact here. Let's shift gears into the actual physical execution of the workout, starting with the dumbbell press. Now, you can do this standing to engage your core, but as you increase the weights, opting to sit down is actually a brilliant, safe modification. It protects your lower back while helping you maintain a really stable body. On the flip side are the common mistakes you definitely want to avoid when lifting overhead. No jerking the body, no swinging, and definitely no rushing through the reps. Focus purely on the shoulders, press up with control, and bring them back down nice and slowly. Next up, we have the lateral raise. Now, this requires extreme precision to properly isolate that shoulder muscle. The absolute golden rule here: lift with the elbow first. As you bring your arms up, your hand and your elbow must stay aligned at the exact same level. And I cannot stress this enough. Do not ego lift here. There should be absolutely no swinging of the weights upward. You want to lift with control and bring the weight down slowly. Rounding out this shoulder block is the alternating forward shoulder raise. For this exercise, you're going to bring the dumbbell up in front of you to shoulder level, and then slowly bring it down before alternating to the other arm. The key cue to visualize here is explosiveness on the way up, followed by total, deliberate control on the way down. Keep your body completely stable, no rocking back and forth. You're aiming for 15 reps on each arm, making sure the shoulder is doing all the heavy lifting. Moving on to section 3, core control and abs. We are transitioning down to the mat with just a single dumbbell. Go ahead and put 1 dumbbell aside because for the straight leg crunch, you only need 1. Straighten out your legs on the mat and hold your single dumbbell straight up above your shoulders. You're going to crunch up and then come down very slowly. The goal here is to keep your legs completely stable and basically force your abs to act as the brakes on the way down. You are controlling the entire descent and just fighting gravity every single inch of the way. Next, we move to leg raises. Now, I know these can sometimes cause joint discomfort or lower back strain for some people, so here are the empowering modifications you need for perfect form. First, keep your lower back pressed firmly onto the mat. There should be no empty space between your back and the floor. Second, place your hands right under your butt to protect your tailbone. And third, allow your knees to bend safely as you come up. Seriously, you do not need perfectly straight legs. We are training our abs here, not our hamstrings. Finally, lift your butt slightly at the very top for an extra squeeze in the abdominals. And now for section 4, the ultimate plank finisher. This is all about testing your physical stability and your mental resilience. We have finally built up to the climax of this explainer. This is, without a doubt, the most demanding exercise of the entire routine. But before we even move the weight, we have to lock in the setup to safely support your spine. Get yourself down into a high plank. Place your hands straight underneath your shoulders. Tuck your butt in, engage your core as tightly as you can, and visualize a perfectly straight line running from the back of your head all the way down to your heels. This safe, perfectly straight spine, that is your foundation. Okay, once your foundation is rock solid, you place the dumbbell on one side of your body. You reach across with your opposite hand, grab the dumbbell, and pull it through to the other side. Then you switch hands and pull it back. Side to side. As the original creator states so perfectly, the more you do, the harder it gets. Do that until you can't do anymore. You're aiming for 15 pulls, or honestly, simply going until pure failure. This final movement targets your abs, your shoulders, your physical stability, and quite frankly, your raw mental resilience. And just like that, you've completed a highly efficient muscle-building home routine. We've covered the fundamental rules, precise shoulder mechanics, and controlled core techniques, and we did it all using just a set of dumbbells or some water bottles. But look, learning this routine is only step 1. The real magic happens when you return to the mat tomorrow or the next day. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. How will you progressively overload your next session? Will you add another set? Squeeze out more reps, decrease your rest time, or maybe pick up a heavier weight? The choice and the growth is entirely in your hands. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Stay focused and keep building.